Thank you for joining us on another episode of Atomic Talks. In today's episode, I have my good friend Ricardo Lopez. Rick and I go way back. We've been good friends for a long time. It was fun to have him on the podcast. I always learn a lot from Rick. We started out the conversation pretty light about some fitness topics, and at about 45 minutes in, we get a little bit deeper and kind of switch routes a little bit. If you guys enjoyed the episode, please like the video, subscribe to the channel for more. What's up? Back with another episode of Atomic Talks. Today I have Ricardo Lopez. Me and Rick go way back. We started out being friends probably like in the beginning of high school. We met each other in middle school. Then beginning of high school, we got real close and in track and stuff.
Yeah.
How's life been, brother?
Way to kick it off, right? Life's been good. Just been working out. Like we talked about before, I've been really into trying to get my physique good, my nutrition good, and just do like other habits as well. Like I've been golfing a lot. Sometimes I do indoor soccer, outdoor soccer. So I've just been doing those leagues. So I just kind of keep myself busy.
Nice. You're doing 2 different soccer leagues.
Yeah, outdoor and then indoor.
Damn.
So I just started the outdoor league. They're more competitive, more physical. So I like the competitiveness. So it's really fun.
How long are the outdoor games?
Outdoor games, those are 8 weeks. So 8 games guaranteed. And then there's like a tournament by Kramer Fields. So that should be fun.
Full 45-minute halves or?
30-minute halves.
30-minute halves?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
has the cardio been rough on that? Or?
No, not too much, honestly. We do sometimes we get like subs in and out, so that's not too bad. But overall, it's fun.
Nice.
Until it gets physical and people get butthurt and take it too seriously, and they'll get crazy in there. But yeah, I just do it for fun and like just to get my cardio in, and it's just like, yeah, it's really fun.
Sweet. Well, I remember you telling me something about like some drama that happened at one of the games where a guy like called, like he was a police officer and he called his like police officer friends or something like that to intimidate somebody. Was that at the outdoor game?
Yeah, it was at the outdoor game. Yeah, so I pulled up. This was like last 2 weeks ago. And then I was just watching the championship game from that last league, and it was getting pretty competitive. It was like 5-6, and then of course they were getting more physical, and then like ref wasn't calling things, and they were yelling at the ref, and then towards the end, the guy comes from behind the back and just like hits him behind the back right here, and then everybody just started swarming around and getting him. I think one of the guys that got hit was like buddies on the team, but he's a cop. And then within 5 minutes, they just pulled up like seven of them just pulled up, just like guns blazing, like get down. And they it was his dad and his son that they detained him and just like scared him, just cause. And then they left within like an hour. And the manager there was like. The manager at Kramer Fields was just like pissed the whole time. He's like, I'm trying to get the fucking cops out of here all the time. And me being nosy, I was just like, what happened, bro? Tell me all about it. You know what? You don't want to talk to me at all, bro. I was just prying at him. It's funny. Yeah. I'm a nosy guy, bro. I just want to know everything.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you, dude. That would be something to behold right there. Where's the police officer from?
I don't know. Albuquerque police at the Metropolitan. APD. Yeah, APD, I think. Because that's the cops that pulled up. And then, yeah, it was just getting hectic. But I was just like, what am I doing here? I was supposed to be just a pickup game. And so then I picked up pickup game and then just chopped it up with the guy after and then just left.
So they're pickup games? Like you like literally just get your team as you show up?
Well, it was because those games were a pickup just because there was the season didn't officially start. So it was just like with like a team that you had before, and then they asked me to join and like try it out. And then like if they like me, they'll keep me on the team. But they already liked me. They recruited me from indoor. So they seem like cool people.
Nice. And golf. I didn't know you played golf.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I'm Tiger Woods, bro. Mexican Tiger Woods. Mexican Tiger Woods. I'm just kidding. Tigre, yeah. I'm Buenos Spanish, yeah, bro.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. I've been going with my coworkers, and I've been getting better more recently, honestly. Like my driver game was as like it's called slice. When you slice it, it goes like either left, right, up, down, or whatever.
And that's like been getting better.
Yeah, it's been getting better. Hitting with my irons is good. Like I'll take less strokes to bring it to the hole, and that's like the whole objective in it. So it's fun. Honestly, I get a kick out of it, and it's just like nice driving the little carts around and just like Tokyo drifting it. So it's so fun, bro.
You guys get faded.
They do. I just chill, bro. I drink my water. Yeah, I don't drink.
Who do you go with?
I go with my. They're floaters around the branch. Same as like Gael, call him G, and then my other friend Benjamin.
Oh, nice.
And then another guy named Ryan. I've been trying to get my other friend Mateo to go since he has like a set, but he doesn't go too often.
Is it an expensive hobby or not really?
It's expensive if you buy like brand new stuff. If you like, cause me, I get my stuff off like Facebook Market or just like at the golf courses. You buy like a club for like $5 or something like that.
Dude, this actually reminds me. I completely blanked on it till just now, but wasn't there like some golf clubs at my?
Yeah, that's your. I use actually the majority of those clubs, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're pretty good clubs.
Yeah. I'm gonna swing them till they give me a down, bro. they old, but they're still good. I use the pitching wedge, a sandwich, and a 6-iron from that. That's pretty good, and they're pretty good shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sand wedge. That's just the club you use whenever it hits into the sand pit, or.
Yeah, kind of. And then like if you want to pop it up more, say you want to swing it up high, but you don't want to go the distance, you kind of want to just pop it, and then so it can land more. This is when you're more to the greens. But you're like you want to hit it hard, but you don't want to hit it too much to where like this goes flying. So you kind of dig under, so that way it gives that pop up, and then it slowly goes down.
That makes sense. And how long have you been playing golf for?
It's been like 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot better since I first started. I'm not gonna lie, because I get frustrated. Like it gets more fun. Like the more better you get.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it can be expensive hobby. It just like if you go to like the country clubs or if like you're a member of that stuff, like that's a whole nother ball game. But
really,
I just go like I'll just do like a 9-hole or 18-hole. Or when I practice, I have my Oculus. I'll just practice mini golf on there.
What?
Those are fun, bro. Yeah, the Oculus it gets a little dizzy because you have like motion sickness and stuff, but once you get used to it, it's fun.
Okay. Have you seen people play Skyrim on there before?
No, what the hell?
Yeah, like Kalani has.
Kalani's always on this Oculus. Yeah, bro. I always get a notification that he's always on Oculus.
Dang, I didn't know you actually played it that much, but I remember he had like the Skyrim game on there, and I unfortunately haven't gotten to try it yet, so I can't really say how good it is, but he like downloaded these mods and everything to where like picking up stuff felt like more real.
Oh wow!
And yeah, I definitely want to try that at some point.
I used to play a lot with him actually. He's the person I used to play a lot of mini golf.
Really?
With back when he started at Planet and stuff. I played a lot with him, and then after I left, I didn't play too much. We didn't keep into contact too much, but I played that, and then we played like Call of Duty like version of like Oculus.
I think I've heard about that. Yeah.
So
was that one fun?
That was pretty fun. It's a little interesting when like it doesn't properly work and stuff, but it is pretty fun. I haven't played it in a minute. I kind of want to play Oculus back now. There's a lot of the swords on there. It's pretty cool. What else?
Is it like the laser game with the cutting the blocks or whatever?
Yeah, the saber laser, whatever. Yeah. You get a good workout with that too.
Really?
Yeah. There's other one too where I'll just be like, I'll fish. I'll just randomly just sit in a chair and bro, just fish. Yeah, bro.
You got your fishing license?
Always, bro. I always renew it in May. Oh wait, is it April? I think it's April.
Do you actually have your fishing
Yeah,
license?
yeah, yeah.
I haven't had mine since the last time that we went fishing. I think.
I got my 2-rod license.
Really nice.
So
nice. Yeah, the fishing days, bro. Those are fun. We used to hit up the ditches over in Las Vegas.
Bro, I still talk about that to everybody to this day, bro. Showing the picture of the big ass carp.
Dude, yeah. It was funny too because every time the carp felt giant when it was in the water.
Yeah.
And then you pull it out and it was big, but it wasn't like as big as like I was expecting.
I remember you'd be like, "Whoa, bro, get the hook, bro, get the hook, bro." And I'd be scrambling, bro.
Dude, yeah, we could be sliding down there to put it in the net.
Yeah. Yep. Oh man, we gotta go fishing again, man.
I know, man. Yeah, that would be fun. I definitely want to catch some trout sometime soon to cook up some trout because
Trouts, yeah.
Bomb.
Rainbow trout's the way to go. What's that lake that you went last? Didn't you have like a little boat, like raft or something?
Yeah.
And you like laked it, and then you got all kinds of fish within.
It was like I didn't use it in the raft, I don't think, but I brought it with me, and it was like I'm trying to remember what that lake was called, but
started with an M, I think.
Yeah, like an M or a W, I can't remember right now, but I can't remember what that lake was called right now, but it ended up closing down at one point because there's a fire there.
Oh, shoot.
And like, I guess, I'm not sure how it works, but the fire will get a bunch of ash inside the lake, and then I guess a lot of the fish die off, and they don't replenish it, like they don't stock it, I guess.
Yeah.
So I couldn't go back there for a while, but I feel like it might be open again now.
That would be a spot to hit up, yeah, for sure.
That would be a cool spot. I wonder how Miggy would do over there. He's a savage. So.
I guess. He's tough though. He's a tough dog.
He's a tough
little guy, bro.
How are your dogs doing?
They're doing good. My one husky, Milo, he's always getting in trouble.
Really?
Always getting sick, or always just like he's always wearing a cone. Right now he's wearing a cone. Well, nothing too crazy because he's been licking his paws a lot. And getting some heat spots from the heat. So we've been putting him inside and put the cone on him so he doesn't lick his paws and stuff.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Me's been getting a couple little heat spots on his paws too. And it's kind of weird too because he's inside most of the time. So
yeah,
I guess it just happens and during the summer. So you're on the calorie cut right now. Try to get shredded. Are you doing like a specific amount of calories that you're counting each day?
Yeah. Right now I'm at like 1,400 calories.
Damn.
That's really low, yeah.
Holy shit. So you're just constantly hungry at this point?
Yeah, constantly hungry. I started off at like 2,100 calories, and then I like slowly brought it down to that. So I didn't start right away to it.
Nice, okay.
Because I was like, it was more sustainable to do it rather than doing it right away, and then you shock your metabolism and just it's not as sustainable, and then you get more cravings, and then it's like easier to break your fast or whatever. But yeah, 1,400, and then so hitting 1 pound per body weight of protein. My carbs are at 93 grams of carbs. Fats are just under 50 grams. And what's the other one?
Protein?
No, I said protein.
How much was your protein at? My bad.
So I'm doing my body weights right now, so I'm at like 153.
Dang, okay.
Yeah. But I've been getting a lot of progress, I'm not gonna lie.
That's good.
And I've been taking creatine and some like essential amino acids with it. So creatine monohydrate has been really helping with getting my good lifts and lifting heavy. But one thing, I don't like do crazy amount of sprints or anything. I do a lot of walking. Like I walk like as much as I can. Sometimes at night, bro, when I try to get my steps, I'll walk around my room.
Really?
I walk back and forth and just pace, bro. While I'm like on the computer or just like looking at a video, just like trying to be like proactive. Yeah, I'll just pace back and forth.
Yeah. Every once in a while I'll do that too, especially like whenever like because usually I'll get my steps in out back with the dogs, or I'll take my dogs for a walk. But sometimes it'll be like raining out there or something like that, and I don't want to get like all muddy.
Yeah.
And then I'll just be pacing back and forth around my house.
I wanted to invest into like a walking pad, to where you just have like a little mini treadmill in your room.
Yeah.
And you just like walk
TikTok
on it.
classic.
Yeah. This guy knows what he's talking about, right?
It's funny, I don't even have TikTok.
I've
just heard multiple people talk about it.
Yeah, that is, it is a lot on there, but yeah, because I mean, it's easy to like just like bust it out while you're like watching something, or like eating, or just like walking, or just like trying to get your steps in, and then like you can just fold it up and just store it. It's easier to store. You can put it on your bed or somewhere, but I haven't purchased anything yet, so I just been just pacing back and forth with it. But I've been trying to get like 15,000 steps.
Damn, that's good. Yeah, I have a step goal of like 10,000 steps per day, but like this past like 3 weeks now, it's been like hit or miss. Yeah, like whenever I get them in, like I'll usually go a little bit over, sort of thing. But there's been days within these past few weeks now that I've just been like hitting like 5,000 or like even less sometimes. And
you check it with the ring? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know you could do that with the ring.
Yeah, I don't know if it's as accurate, to be honest with you, as other things, but it seems to work pretty good. I would say the best thing this ring is for is probably the sleep tracking.
That's something I would want to do, because like sometimes I'll try to go to sleep with my watch, but it just feels like a little uncomfortable, or like I just don't want to wear it. And it'll bug me. But when my alarm goes off, like it'll like vibrate and stuff, and like it's kind of like a slow wake up, better than just like a screaming alarm. So it's a little bit better, but I just don't like the like option of wearing it in bed and just like falling asleep, because it does like track my REM, how much I sleep, if I hit my sleep goal and stuff. But I've also been seeing a lot of videos of like the Garmin. I don't know if
I've heard of the brand Garmin before.
Those Garmin watches look really cool, but I've had Apple like for forever, so I just been like debating on getting one of those or not. Because
is Garmin touchscreen too, or
it is touchscreen, but it's not like, of course, not Apple compared. So you don't get like messages like you do with this. You don't like, but it does like track your steps. You got your own personalized workouts in there. Supposedly it's like battery life is so much better, because I gotta charge this like every day, and it's kind of like tedious to do.
I get you, yeah.
But the Garmin, that I guess like it'll last for like 5 to 7 days without even charging it.
Nice.
Like that's like, so like hearing that, and then like,
does it have like some sort of like GPS thing in there too, or?
I want to say so. I think because there's different like models, of course, on them. So I want to say yes.
Because I don't know if I'm thinking of the right brand or not, but I'm pretty sure Garmin makes like some GPS trackers for like when you're out hiking and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm pretty sure they also make like the dog trackers too. Like
okay. I didn't know that. Interesting.
I think. I don't know if I would quote me on that.
I'm gonna put a clip later. Just quoting you.
So 1,400 calories per day. What does like your full day of eating look like right now? Do you have a routine set up, or is it kind of just whatever to get the macros in?
Yeah, I'll like I tell you, I've been doing like intermittent fasting. So right now I'm like a 16 hour fast, and then like my first meal will be like around 12 p.m. I'll start with like the Okios yogurt with some type of fruit. I've been going with like blueberries, strawberries, any type of fruit. One like rule that I've been doing with like when I go grocery shopping. Sorry. Cut that out real quick. When I've been going grocery shopping, it's called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. So it's getting 5 veggies, getting 4 fruits, 3 protein, 2 carbs, and then 1 sweet treat that like I can, like, you know, that I really like, or that's something I can enjoy, so it's like sustainable to do and not really just be strict on it, and then kind of incorporate that within my meals.
Dude, nice.
So I've been really enjoying that, and like it's really helped me because like I love sweet treats too, but I don't want to completely shut it out, and like I kind of want to incorporate that within like my diet. So right now with like lunch. So I did the Okios yogurt with like some fruit, and then I've been really into like asparagus, chicken, lean grass-fed, 93.7 lean and fat, and then I will have like some type of fruit in between at work, like to snack on. So like some oranges, some strawberries, and then have the Ninja Creamy that I'll like bust out, which I'll already have like 25 grams of protein, and then super low in calories, so like within 200 calories, with like silk milk, whatever type of protein, vanilla or cinnamon toast crunch, and then I think that's it for those. So I'll try to keep it less, like put less ingredients in it, so that way I don't have to put too much and stuff. I'll put like a tablespoon of salt on there to kind of help. But and then when dinner comes around, that's like more of my bigger meal that I'll do. So when I get home, I'll go to Robertson's, so it gets like some sirloin steak sometimes, or still have with like broccoli cuts is a big thing that I've been doing too, within like my dinner, and a protein shake like after my gym sesh. And then while I'm doing that, that's already like around like 1,000 calories, 1,000 to 1,200. And then I'll do my sweet treat if I want to at that time with like another Ninja Creamy like protein ice cream that I have at home. But I have one at home and then I have one at work. Okay. But I'll do a couple bites of those, but still, and then do another. I love yogurt, so I still have the Okios. I'll do the Pro, so that one has like 20 grams of protein. So within those, I hit around my mark of the 155 grams of protein.
Nice. Do you track fiber or anything like that? Or?
I do track fiber. I don't hit my fiber a lot, but I'll incorporate that within like some granola. Some granola is good with fiber, but on my app that I do in the macro meal, I don't have too much fiber that I probably should incorporate in.
I mean, whenever you're cutting, you probably don't need as much anyway. Whenever you're like bulking and stuff, sometimes the fiber will help you from not getting blocked up, you know? So the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method.
Yeah.
Where'd you come up with that? Or
it was something I was reading on an article a couple days ago, that it was just like keeping your greens and fats. So I just thought, like, what's something that can incorporate all of these, like with my like one sweet treat, fruits, your carbs, and then your veggies into your meals to kind of think about when you're grocery shopping. Okay. So Whole Foods is a big thing that when you grocery shop, you don't want to go grocery shopping when you're hungry too, because then you start picking out things that you probably shouldn't. Yeah. So that's Costco's big thing. The worst. Personal experiences.
They have those like samples at Costco. If I'm hungry, I'll start trying the sample, and every sample I try, I'm just like, oh, this is so good.
Yeah, and they start talking to you, then damn, it looks good, and then you're like, might as well, I'm already here.
Yeah. Always, where's that at? Show me. So 5 veggies, 4 fruits, 3 proteins. And you say 3 proteins, like, is it just like meat or talking about?
Yeah, so like meat, ground beef, chicken. Okay. Like those, any choices of that.
And 2 carbs, is it like just straight carbs? Like, you know, like is it going to be like rice? Or
rice and like some like sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes, okay. Mm-hmm. And then for the veggies, or is it just kind of like any veggies? Or
yeah, any veggies that
specifically? Or?
Yeah, any leafy green 5 veggies that are your favorite or that you can like, that you really like. To incorporate like within your meals and keep it. So as long as you have those, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's helped me a lot, honestly.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I mean, and then so you're getting like, how often do you have to go to the store if you're eating with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in your experience?
every other day. Every other day, or every like 3 days. Honestly, I'll go to Albertsons. So I'll go to Target and like see and try to compare them with like prices and like what's more fresh and like read the labels a lot more and with those. But or I'll do on Sundays, like do one big buy and then like do my meals within like 3 days out or 2 days, or sometimes I'll just do it the morning of. Like it tastes more fresh to me.
Okay.
I'll do it like wake up pretty early just to make it. While I'm swirling my Ninja Creamy and stuff, so I'll go back and forth with like I'm cooking that, make my Ninja Creamy, back in my lunch, and then like while I'm doing that, I'm getting my steps in like back and forth. So
okay.
That's really helped me.
And then do you have like go-to recipes you've been doing lately, or it's kind of like
not like as of right now, I was before of this one YouTuber, I forgot his name, but he did like a bunch of really good recipes. But right now I just been winging it of like what I've been really liking. So like ground beef, chicken, some steak. I'll get like steak once a week. Just get like some testosterone in there. I love steak, man. Medium rare steak, you can't go wrong, man.
Oh, dude, yeah.
You can't go wrong. This guy makes the meanest medium rare steak too. I swear, bro.
Dude, I love me some steak. We got the family farm too, so it's like
yeah, that's cool that you guys have that too. You guys go often? And get the meat, or how does?
So we like don't get meat very often, just because like, I mean like. My freezer's packed, dude. Like, you've seen the freezer.
Yeah. You got like 3 different freezers, bro.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like not like I have to go pick up meat very often or anything like that. Because whenever I do, I'll pick up multiple steaks, a bunch of ground beef, and then plus I actually don't eat steaks as much as you might like imagine.
Oh, okay.
Given like I'll have steaks, but oftentimes, especially while I'm bulking like this, like I'll end up eating like more ground beef and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's like easier to just slam down calorie after calorie of ground beef than it is to slam down steak.
Yeah,
like steak is really delicious. Don't get me wrong, and like it's
very dense.
It's dense.
It's
dense.
Yeah.
It's very filling. Especially if you get like a lean cut of a steak.
Yeah,
it's like you can fill up on a little piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
On ground beef, though, it's like you can kind of trick your brain and before you feel full by just shoveling.
Yeah.
You know?
The shovel method, bro.
Dude, yeah. Burgers are even better for that. To be honest with you, like last night I had a triple smash burger.
Triple smash burger, damn. Oh yeah, I did see your Snapchat. Yeah, they look good.
They're damn good, dude. But it's like one of those things where you can eat a burger so fast, so like before you even start to feel full, you'll just like already have it all in your stomach, you know? And it's kind of disgusting, but at the same time, it's like, I guess it's what you gotta do on the bulk sometimes.
Now you drink like a glass of milk to get a couple of extra calories in there.
Yeah, milk is constant. I have like on a minimum day, I'll have 16 ounces of milk, so that's just 2 cups. But like on a maximum, like sometimes I'll drink like close to a gallon of milk in a day. It's crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah. My stomach hates me whenever I do that. But the one sweet treat, what's your go-to on that?
Right now it's been donuts.
Donuts, yeah.
I love donuts.
No, like, tell me this. You gotta be honest with me. At 1,400 calories, you're probably hungry as fuck all the time.
Mm-hmm. Whenever
you get to have that donut, like, how often do you like just like, screw it, I'm gonna have a second bird?
Not as often as you think.
Okay, that's good.
Just because I'll try to put it where there's less friction to get to it. So I'll put it to where, if I have to go all the way over there and just get one and then come back, sit down or lay down and then just munch on it, I'm like, I do want one, but do I want to go up and like go up to the cabinet and go get it and just like pour me a glass of milk and then eat it? Sometimes I do, because I'm like, oh, I deserve a treat. Like, I deserve another one, right? So like probably throughout the week, I'll try to at least I'll do it like at least like two times,
Okay.
but I'll keep it to the minimum. I'll try to keep it to the minimum. But when it's late night, that's when the voices start going into your head. The voices start talking to you.
Do it.
Exactly, bro. With like that, the Kermit with the
No, dude. Yeah. The Emperor Palpatine.
yeah. Do it. Yeah. But other times I'll just like fight it because it's just like I'll think to myself like, do I want temporary happiness or do I want long-term happiness of like my goals that I'm trying to achieve? And most of the time I'll go for like, I don't need it, and I'll drink a glass of milk to kind of suppress the hunger a little bit, and then sometimes that does help, and then I'll just lay down, and then I'll be tired by the end of the day, so I'm just like, I don't want to get up, get out. I already brushed my teeth, I already did all this, my night routine. I don't want to get up and get another donut, so I'll just try to go to sleep.
Yeah, okay.
Try to go to sleep.
Yeah, sleep is a savior there.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I don't know why. I've never been super into donuts before. Like I like donuts, don't get me wrong. And like if I have to, I will mess them up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why. Like donuts have never been like my if I had to pick just like a go-to sweet treat. For me, it's something like carrot cake or cheesecake.
I do love some cheesecake too, yeah.
But those are also stupid high calorie too. Like a donut's way less calories than a slice of cheesecake. You know what I mean? Like a key lime pie is another one, dude. Oh my god! Actually, like part of this bulk for me has been so successful because of those three.
No way,
dude! It's insane. Like I never knew this until just recently. But like, let's say you pick up a carrot cake in Costco. Or even better, you pick up a key lime pie from like Smith's or something like that. Like you weigh out like just like 100-gram piece of the key lime pie.
Mm-hmm.
That's like nothing, bro. It's like so easy to eat, but it's like 600 calories or something crazy like that. And it's like, yeah, it's wild actually. Like there would be like times where I'll be like, damn, like, it's like late. I still have to eat like 900 calories here. Like, what am I gonna do? Just get like a decent slice of key lime pie, bro, and it's like the easiest, fastest. Like it doesn't have any protein. That's the tough part. Is like, but I mean, yeah, you just drink protein. It's a couple scoops of Gold Standard whey.
Yeah.
Eat key lime pie. Not like optimal, by any means. Right. but
it works.
But it works.
Do you track? Do you have like an app that you track with your macros and stuff, or do you? Oh, it's like the MyFitnessPal?
Yeah, just MyFitnessPal, the free version. And yeah, just that's like the one thing that like you have to weigh out everything all the time, you know. Mm-hmm. And I've gotten like used to that where it's like it's no big deal for me to weigh food out anymore, you know. But strangely enough, like you were talking about like suspending like immediate gratification just a little bit ago, like where you're like like thinking about like the extra donut, just like, do I want to be happy right now or do you want to be in better shape and happy later, sort of thing. And dude, like, so I have a meet upcoming here and it's exactly a week from now.
Nice.
And it's crazy how like I've been a real piece of shit lately, bro. Like,
don't say that on camera, bro.
No, but there needs to go. No, but it's just like the suspending immediate gratification thing. Like I don't know what it is. I think it's just because I'm excited for the meet, but also like a little bit nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got me just like I completely stopped tracking everything recently. And normally leading up to the meet, I have to be like extra careful about tracking things just because like I want to lose weight or to get into the weight category.
Yeah,
like that.
Exactly.
But me and my coach kind of planned out for this meet here that I'm going to go in just as heavy as I can, sort of thing, see if I can set some nice PRs. So I'm not maximizing the strength to body weight ratio sort of thing. So since I'm not really maximizing the strength to body weight ratio, I'm just focused on like eating enough and like I'm like not really tracking it. Like, like I have a pretty decent and solid.
Like you have an
routine.
idea of what those calories should be, but it's not like to the T.
Exactly. Yeah. Whereas like let's flashback like 3 weeks ago. Like I was I would be weighing out my blueberries, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be making sure I got 140 grams of blueberries here. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like 70 calories. You know, it's like this is like the real simple stuff. Like, you don't even normally have to weigh. Like, I was getting to that point where I was like just weighing every single thing that I put in my body, and then now it's like I haven't put something on the scale. Well, every morning I put my shake on the scale, but other than that, it's like I haven't been weighing things, and that, and then also just like I've been video gaming way too hard.
Video games are go,
dude. They're like addicting, man. Like the dopamine response that you get, it's like crazy, honestly. Like, and I know you know because like you used to play video games. I remember that. You haven't been much lately, right?
Not as much. I'll still hop on every now and then, but not as much as I would do like every night and like fuck up my sleep just to get like one more game and just like 2 more, and then it turns into like 1 a.m., 1, 2, 3 in the morning, just like gaming, and then you wake up the next day feeling like crap because you didn't get enough sleep.
Yep.
And then it's just the whole cycle. It just messes up the whole momentum for the next day, and
you like wake up the next morning literally thinking about the games. Yeah. No, that's kind of like these past few weeks I've just been slacking bad on all kinds of things. And the immediate gratification thing, I feel like it's one of those things that I feel like just helps with success in any aspect of life. You know what I mean? And it's weird how sometimes it's just tougher than others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have no idea why. Like the meat has got me kind of acting out. You know, but.
How do you think you're gonna perform? Like, what kind of numbers are you shooting for?
So I'm trying not to like give like specific numbers in my head.
Okay.
But the way that my coach has me do it is, this is also the kind of the same way I program it for my clients whenever they're maxing out. Is like look at your like recent RP6 singles as like a gauge for your first attempt. Because in powerlifting meets, how it works is you'll get like 3 attempts at each different lift. So for the squat, you'll get 3 attempts at it, and like you can't go down on weight from attempts. So you want to kind of like make sure it's something you can hit, and you can go like up from weight on the next attempt, but you can't go down from weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's say I fail attempt number 2 or something like that. I can't go down on weight and go for attempt number 3. So, but on a squat you get 3 attempts, on bench you get 3 attempts, and on deadlift you get 3 attempts. And I usually use like my RP6 singles as a gauge for the first attempt, and then my RP8 single as a gauge for the second attempt. And then whatever difference there was between the first attempt and the second attempt, I'll usually make a jump that's similar to that for the third attempt. So for squat, for example, like lately, my RP6 singles have been like around like 430. And then my RP8 singles have been like around like 4, like my last one was like 485. So if I were to make like that, let's say like 435 is my first attempt, and then 485 is my second attempt.
Right.
That's like a 50-pound difference between those two. So for the third attempt, I might like add 50 pounds to 485. So like hopefully my squat will be somewhere in the range of like 515 to like 540 during the meet. And then for deadlifts, lately my RP6 singles have been like 525-ish, and then my RP8 singles have been like I hit like a 575 RP8 single the other day, and then hopefully it'll be somewhere. This is like, I don't want to like jinx myself by throwing out numbers, you know, but hopefully in the meet it'll be somewhere around 600 to 620 or so.
Wow, nice.
I'm excited to finally break into the 600s. I think I'm about ready for it. That's kind of been like a goal for me lately. Is it's like 600 pound deadlift, and then I'm on like the road to 600 pounds on squat too. But I'm especially excited because once I get to that 600 pound deadlift, I can start working towards the 700 pound deadlift.
Yeah.
But, and that brings us to our sponsor now, the Ninja Creamy. I'm just kidding. No, it's not actually a sponsor, but but you've been telling me about it lately, and it's actually kind of a cool concept. Kind of like riff off a little bit about the Ninja Creamy.
Ninja Creamy, yeah. It's something where you can get pints, what they call pints, and you just put whatever type of liquid and like protein or fruits in there. You freeze it overnight, usually within 12 hours to 24 hours is like a good time to freeze. Or recommended by Ninja Creamy. Don't quote me on that. But so you'll freeze it overnight, and then it's just going to be ready to spin to get that consistency of the ice cream. So you put it in. I like to, before I put it in right away, so you don't mess up your machine, because it's not recommended to put the pint in right away after it's freezing, because it could like wear down your blade. So I just either put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds, or just let it like defrost, or put like some hot water around it, and then so that way when it does spin on it, there's like it's going to be easier for the blade and easier for it to just spin to get that more consistency, and it doesn't wear down your machine as much as if you do it right away and then it's like hard rock frozen and you make the machine work harder than it should type thing. So you freeze that, and then once you freeze it, you can put some mixing options. So you can put like any type of fruits, yogurt, a little bit of extra milk. Say if it's like too powdery, sometimes it does get too powdery, so you can put like some little bit of milk, so that we can get it a little bit more smoother, give it that consistency of the ice cream fill. And then so you do like 4 or 3 spins. After that 4th spin, then it comes out ready to munch. And then so there's a marker where you're supposed to fill it up to, because when it's spinning it and you add more stuff, it's gonna level up to the top. So that way you don't want to overfill it and have like all kinds of ice cream go all over the place. So once you do those 4 spins, then it's ready to eat. And then cool thing about it is that you can freeze it after that. You can put it back into the Ninja Creamy, and if you want to just give it another spin. But usually when you spin it 4 times, and then you eat like half of it, you can put it back in the freezer, take it out. It still has somewhat of that same consistency, and then you could just thaw it out and then just start eating it again. Put it back in there. Another sweet treat. Take it out. And that's the cool thing about it, is you can do so many creative ideas that you can do on it. Whether it's just like watching super low calories, you can put water. I've seen videos where you put like water and then like watermelon. So just like super low calories, and just that's like pretty much what they do. And then they'll spin it and then eat it. Usually you could put like some salt to give it a little bit of extra savory, because sometimes it can be very either very bland or just not enough flavoring in it, or you can add something else. But that's usually what I do.
And you got any like favorite recipes for that yet?
Favorite recipes? I do have like banana, like cinnamon toast crunch, granola flavor. It sounds really good. Mm-hmm.
So protein ice cream. So ice cream, protein ice cream. You can make low calorie ice creams that are high in protein.
Yeah.
Still taste sweet, still taste good.
And it fixes your macros. And like I said, cool thing about it is you know exactly what you're putting in. Like if you're putting 1 scoop of PP Fit peanut butter, protein, whether it's just like a couple blueberries, strawberries, anything it's all measurable, so you can add it to your app. Or if you don't want to put as much stuff and you just want to put water and then just 1 fruit, and then you put a little bit of salt. Some people like to do that from what I've seen. I still want to try that. I want to try like a watermelon, just water, because I love watermelon too. Watermelon's
so I guess just watermelon alone?
Yeah, watermelon alone, and then like I said, a little bit of salt adds a little bit more flavor, surprisingly. It does sound weird, but
no, that makes sense. I mean, like watermelon tastes bomb with tahini on it, and it also tastes bomb with just like just sprinkling some salt on it. It's like a totally picture that being like a nice sweet savory combo, you know.
Mm-hmm. Tahini, that's actually a good idea. I might add to that.
Dude, I wonder actually. I wonder if mixing in the tahini instead of the salt would be like, you know, make it.
Yeah.
Or maybe it would just suck. I don't know.
Well, we gotta try it.
Yeah, exactly. Try it.
Yeah, so that's just something I've been doing either every day or every other day. Like I'll prepare it. Once I get home, I'll do it right away. Put like my silk milk, because just yesterday I did like silk milk, and then I did mashed up banana, just 1 banana, and then blend it in there. Put like a half scoop of the PB Fit peanut butter. I also love peanut butter, so I don't want to take that out. So I put a little bit of that in there. And then 1 scoop of the vanilla or Cinnamon Toast Crunch protein that I have right now. So I did that. And that's pretty much it. Just mix it up with a little...
So PB Fit, is that like peanut butter powder or something?
Yeah,
okay.
Peanut butter powder. And it's like 80% less calories. So like one scoop is like 60 calories. And and you can still get that same flavor of the peanut butter.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. That's a pretty cool hack right there. Just because peanut butter, actually, I'm not like crazy about peanut butter, but I do eat it every day right now just because of the bulking.
Yeah, because you can do like one scoop of peanut butter, and like that would be like 100, 200 calories already.
Yeah.
So that's like,
especially if it's like a heaping scoop and it's like 300 calories.
Yeah. So it's easy to get your calories up with that.
What's up, Will? How you doing, man?
How's it going, man?
Yeah, okay, so we're currently in the process of trying to come up with a nice recipe that we can make a video on. And
we have some ideas, but to refine it and make a good video of it, and I think we'll get it.
Right now, I think the most likely one is Rick's peanut butter banana recipe. That one sounds bomb.
Yep.
So to switch routes a little bit here, you brought a book with you here today.
I did bring a book,
and we talked about it like a little bit recently, but so we filmed another podcast episode together, but let's just say it got a little bit intense.
Very intense.
So we're
no
like
context.
Kind of part 2 of that.
Yeah, it's called the Courage to be Disliked. So it's basically a conversation with a philosopher of Advalerian philosophy and a student of coming up with challenges that comes up with questions about life and struggle and how to deal with the present now, regardless of your trauma and stuff, and what to do about it. So I definitely recommend to check it out. There's been a lot of podcasts on that book with like Andrew Huberman, Jordan P. Peterson has talked about it too. But a few points from what 5 points from what I gathered from it is I kind of like summarized it with like the chapters. Is 1, the past doesn't define you, so you're not a product of your past. So trauma doesn't control your future unless you let it. So you choose your actions now, so don't blame your parents, your upbringing, or your past mistake. Because I've been a big part of me as well of like, it's easy to blame someone else and like your parents for like how you've been brought up and stuff, but you don't want to blame them because they've had their own struggles as well. They don't know any better. So like not putting too much definition of your past mistakes define you has been a big thing. So because I've been also like an overthinker of like, well, this happened to me in the past, then that must be me. I must be a product of myself. So obviously that's not true. So that chapter really brought out of like not focusing on your past mistakes and letting it define you. Number 2, so all problems are interpersonal relationship problems. Most of our success and sufferings come from how we compare ourselves to others. The more you seek approval, the less you live for yourself. So let go of the need to be liked. So all of our problems are, like a famous quote from what a video I saw the other day is that we suffer more in our imagination than we do in our reality. Of creating problems is another thing of we are what we think about. So if you think all about problems, then you're going to have nothing but problems, which is, it's good to focus on some problems, but if you only focus on those things, then you can go down in a deep hole and not solve anything, and you won't go anywhere. So I've been a product of trying to identify the problems, yet not harp on them and just try to play victim of those problems and try to find solutions or alternatives to get out of that problem, or what is this doing for me now, regardless of what happened to me. So that's been another thing. Number 3, you create your own life's meaning. There is no universal meaning to life. You give it meaning. it's not about finding your purpose. It's about choosing one and living it fully. Just like how we talked about with Icarus, with the Greek mythology, on that story of it's not about avoiding failure. It's about living regardless of the failures, because those failures are going to be lessons that are going to prepare you for the best version of yourself. So that's also like another good story on why I like that Greek mythology on Icarus, which you can check that out too. Number 4, separation of task. Don't interfere with what isn't your responsibility. If someone doesn't like you, that's not your task. Do what you believe is right, and let others react however they want, regardless of what someone thinks about you. It sucks not to be liked, but it sucks even more to not be yourself. So if you're not authentically yourself, then you're not happy with yourself. You're living for other people. You're not living for yourself. It's not your job to have somebody else like you because you're yourself. So that's been another thing that I've been trying to hone on, because of course, everybody wants everybody to, you want everybody to like you. So you try to put up this persona or this image that, that you are who they hope to be for you. But if you're not yourself, then you're not living for yourself. And I've been trying to separate those tasks and not hone on if they don't like me or they don't like me. As long as I'm authentically myself, then that shouldn't be my problem, regardless of how they react to it. And I shouldn't react to it. Number 5, live in the moment, not for recognition. Chasing praise or fear criticism traps you. True freedom comes from doing what you believe in without expecting anything in return. So, also, what that is just not doing it just to be noticed. Do it just because you're genuine. And I think I've been trying to do that more often now, is just being more in the present than being stuck so much in the past from what's happened to me, and like trying to figure out why those things happened to me, and not taking that happiness away from me from the moment. Because I've been so, like I said, I think about a lot of things that happened to me in the past, and I try to define those things and why did it happen and how I can change it. When it all happened in the past, I can't do nothing regardless of to solve it. So I have to, what can I do now regardless of what happened to me, and be more present with myself and acknowledge that I have, friends and family that care about me as much as I care about them. So that was another chapter on there. The takeaways that I have on it with all the chapters is happiness doesn't come from fixing your past or pleasing others. It comes from having the courage to be disliked, to live your own life by your own values. You don't need validation, you need action.
Okay. So like I did jot those down a little bit here, and I'm kind of curious to see if we can maybe expand on them a little bit.
Yeah.
So the first one is about blaming the past, kind of like now like whenever I hear that, is it kind of like product of your environment sort of situation where like you start to feel like the mistakes you made plus the
upbringing
that you've had limits you somehow, sort of thing, where you can't like change and grow beyond those?
Yeah.
Is that kind of the concept?
Yeah, that's kind of the concept of, because I was brought up like this, then, or because of my past mistakes, I didn't do this, I can't go more than this. This is what I'm supposed to live for.
Okay. And I guess if you don't mind, we can get a little bit deep on that, I guess. Like, would you say that previous to reading this book, would you have thought to yourself like that there's aspects of your past and your upbringing that like defined you, I guess?
I think so. I would say with like my dad and like how I was raised with that, and like my mom's relationship, of how I was raised, of what a man should look like. And he tried his best on being his role model as much as he could, but just because that's how he was grew up, so he explained to me that's how it should be. which isn't like the most conventional way of how he did it with us. And we're at 22 minutes.
Wait, I was just checking to make sure that there was something wrong with it.
Oh, okay. But I did hone on of like, since this happened to me before reading this book, of if this happens like with my mom, then obviously I'm a product of him too. So I'm expected to live like him or be like him. When in reality, I wanted to be nothing like him. And I wanted to, well, there is some aspects of like, he means good, but there is other aspects of where I know there's definitely a better way to approach things. There's a better way to take care of your family. Like, there's a better way to talk to people. And before this, I was very trapped with thinking that when I become a dad, I'm gonna be just like him. Or when I have like, be with my partner, then I'm gonna treat him just like how my dad treated him, because that's how I grew up. That's the only way I know. But I got out of that mindset once I wanted to do more for myself and like, what do I want? And more for how can I provide for my partner, whether it's a partner, a friend, being as a brother, any type of relationship. How can I be the most genuine and not just be this rough, rugged, that like persona that he always put up with us. So men are supposed to cry. Men are supposed to cry about anything. You're supposed to just work, suffer. Life is only about suffering. So you're going to suffer regardless of how you become. That's kind of the mindset that he brought up on us. And I wanted the complete opposite of that. I wanted more. I felt like I've always wanted more from life with that. So, I started reading more. I started being more genuine with people and be like authentically myself, and change my habit, change my mindset regardless of how I was brought up, because I feel like I was brought up on like what not to do, with some things that are like, okay, these are good lessons, but in a sense I kind of just had to teach myself how to be my own man, I guess.
Yeah, and why do you think that he kind of took that perspective on life of work, suffering, men not showing emotions, things like that? Is that like a cultural thing for him, you think, or was it like a family thing for him, or is it just kind of like his life, just kind of?
I think
it's worked a lot, you think, or something?
Yeah, he's worked all his life, and he's still working now, and I think it's a combination of all of those things. Of, when he grew up in Mexico, it was like completely different atmosphere, and he started working when he was like 12, 13, of like being very poor and like having to work all of his life, and he kept on saying, life is nothing but suffering. And I guess to a point, like, I agree with him, but he only honed on that and expressed that. I never really hound into like being different, regardless of like what my grandpa brought up in, and like, yeah, he was present. That's how he was brought up. So he was a product of his grandpa. So you're going to be a product of me, type thing.
Yeah.
And very close-minded on it. He was never like open-minded of change, which to me, it was I never really knew why, honestly. Maybe just like how he is. And like I said all the time, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But it does bring me sadness to see like that's how he was brought up. So that's how he was going to, raise somebody else, because that's the only thing he knows.
And tell me if you think that this makes any sense or not. But so like, I see what you mean, like the life is suffering concept. And I feel like in a large way, our suffering does define us, mm-hmm. and does and is like very important and real to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the suffering that is involved in life. But if you were to look at it from like a more positive perspective, I guess it could be somewhat like along the lines of like the things that the aspects of life that help you overcome the suffering define us even more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to make money, and you have to work hard. In a way, that's a form of suffering, because all your time is being used to make money and do things that you don't necessarily want to do, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then there's like the question is like, okay, why exactly do I have to do these things in order to, like, why do I even have to make money, sort of thing?
Yeah.
And like usually the answer to that is like something that's like a little bit more positive. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like I want to make money so I can support my loved ones and my
Yeah.
family and things like that.
Yeah.
And like those aspects of life aren't necessarily suffering. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Those are like that's like the aspects of life that are more like flourishing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And is that kind of like you try to focus more on like the positive aspects like that, or?
Yeah, because that's like I said, it's like I somewhat agree with him of life is suffering. Like you have to go through some things to, for example, if you met a human, if you wanted them to be patient, would you want them to go through these things of like delayed gratification of, for example, the gym, or delayed gratification of like the physique that you want to build? So I try to change my mindset of like, if I can suffer through the hardships, then I know this is going to be worth it, because I know who I am and what I stand for. Which I do stand for a lot of things, and like I know my values on like the hardships that I've been through and still currently going through. But I don't let those hardships try to define me in a negative aspect of like a victim mentality of like, I went through this. That's kind of like thinking of the harder it is, I get getting excited more the harder it is, because I know of the person I'm going to become from it. Because if nobody's going to be going through these hardships, then I know nobody's going to be getting this reward from this. So like, for example, the gym, I try to be more hard on myself on the gym and going like suffer in the gym through that. But I know with this suffering is going to be like my dream physique that I'm going to get, or like my dream look that I want to look. So there's certain ways where I try to change that mentality of being negative about suffering. Life is all about suffering, and like, how can I switch that to where if nobody else can do it, then I can do it for myself.
So it's almost kind of a situation where like the rewards in life are proportional to like the suffering that you undergo in order to achieve them.
To achieve it, yeah.
So that's an interesting way to think about it, actually. And I feel like it's like maybe easier said than done sometimes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But definitely makes sense that whenever you're like, let's say you're doing something that's like really tough that you really don't want to do, like for example, like the 1,400 calories per day sort of thing. Sometimes you're like really hungry. Sometimes you're like, damn, like I want to just eat that cheesecake, whatever it is. Like keeping in mind that this is this difficult right now because the reward that I'm going to get from it is going to be substantial, sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's actually interesting to me. That's pretty smart. And is that like, how do you like literally think about that whenever you're going through it, you think, or is it?
I do. Like I said, with a donut and like with that temporary happiness of like that suffering, there's different forms of like what the ways I think about it. It could be like either like a career aspect, or your fitness aspect, activity aspect, any type of aspect. I try to not really honed on too much of like the victim mentality of like, oh my god, this is happening to me. Like obviously, like I'm not going to get anything out of this, and like shift my mindset from, I know I'm going through this hardship right now, but I can't wait for the upbringing that I'm going to experience in the future, because I've, for the past 6 months, I've gone through some hardship, and like, of course it really sucks, and I think about it every day. Like, I can't wait for this to like define of like who am I going to be when I'm older, when it passes, or when it doesn't affect me as much as it is right now, right? So I try to change my mindset on that, because, right, I try to delay the temporary happiness with the long-term success, because I'm thinking very long-term with my suffering.
And right now, what would you say the long-term, do you have like any ultimate long-term goals kind of thing?
I do. Don't know if I told you, but I went back to school. I went back for nutrition, to get like an associate's in nutrition.
Nice.
So I've been like suffering that aspect of like school and stuff, and I do want to be either a nutritionist or like work up to be like a registered dietitian or like a sports nutritionist. Like those aspects, I think was very interesting to me. So I do want to work up to that, or like work up around that area, related field of nutrition, because that's something I really enjoy. Because I read a quote the other day. It was like, find something, like self-prioritize yourself of finding something that feels like play to you, but feels like work to others. So this, like nutrition, like all that that's very interesting to me, and it feels like play to me. So I've been trying to see if I can make myself a career out of that. So long term is just like, how far can I go with school, or how far can I learn as much as I can to become something for myself.
Nice. Okay. And where'd you start taking classes at?
CNN.
Cool.
I took these 2 summer classes that are almost done in next month.
Nice, man. That's awesome, dude. Does it have like is it like a degree program?
It's just an associate's in nutrition right now.
Nice.
For it, but I do have some credits from UNM that I can transfer, and then taking human nutrition and college algebra right now, which have been, as school's been very like very intimidating for me, but like I had to dive in of like my fear and like try to make something of myself. So I decided to go back and like see what I can do for myself.
Nice. And how are the classes going so far?
They're going good. I'm almost done with this summer class. I've been Aing both of them right now, which is pretty good. So like I'll just do homework either at work or like when I get home from the gym, or on the weekends, or I'll do it at work too, like while I'm waiting for members and stuff. I'll just log into it and just try to multitask as much as possible. And like that's another form of suffering of like, I know this sucks right now, but it's gonna feel good when I accomplish something with it.
Yeah, dude, that's freaking badass. Yeah, especially because like you're intimidated by it, but yeah, you're succeeding at it. So that's freaking badass. And then on number 2, you'd like it was like about interpersonal relationship problems, and that one's like I think I'm just misunderstanding it or something like that. That one's like sounds confusing to me.
Okay.
Like interpersonal, like that word interpersonal, like means like your relationship with other people, right? Kind of like a.
I was meaning it more of like a relationship with yourself and like what you think about.
Okay. Okay, that makes more sense then.
Of like your consciousness and like how you talk to yourself, and the response or the downplay or the upplay that, like, all the problems that you create are within your mind. And creating those problems, sometimes we create more problems in our mind than we do in actual reality, which makes us go freaking insane sometimes. Or sometimes it makes me go insane, honestly. And I try to identify some problems within my mind, but what is an actual problem in reality and what is not. Like, if it's focusing on the past, why am I focusing on the past? Like, I can't solve the past, but I can redefine that and shift this in the future. And like, what can I do from this regardless of what happened to me? And think about this problem, either solve it right then and there, or why am I thinking about this, and identify it and dig more deeper and ask more questions of like, okay, why am I thinking about this? Why am I feeling sad? Why did I not get this? Did I not do this enough? Did I not meet the standard? But not hone on too much of myself and like downplay of giving myself a lot of criticism, because I feel like I talk bad about myself a lot, actually. And that goes on with that chapter of like trying to talk more good about myself, and like how can that go into other things. Because like I said, I'd always talk down to myself and like, oh, since I'm like a loser, I'm not like meeting this type of goal, or I'm not doing this type of career, like I must not be worth anything. And that relationship with yourself is like the biggest thing, because you can be the biggest enemy of yourself, or you can be the biggest support of yourself. And for the longest time, I was the biggest enemy of myself. And I'm trying to reframe my mind of, okay, how can I support myself during these hard times? Or how can I shift my mindset of like, yes, this is hard, but you can redefine that into something better for yourself. And that relationship with yourself was like a big thing in that chapter. Actually, another thing that like really opened up my eyes was like, I saw a picture of like myself when I was like 6 years old, and like I asked myself like would I ever talk down on him? Would I ever call him stupid? Would I ever call him idiot? Like, as a little kid, like that's you. And that shifted my mind, because like I wouldn't talk to myself like that, you know. And here I am, talking bad about myself, like, to him. Sorry. Okay.
No, dude.
Because at any point, I never stopped being that little boy, you know. So why would I keep on talking down on him like that? Why would I say that he's not enough, that he's worthless? So fixing my mindset on talking better of myself has been.
Yeah, that's a good one. I feel like a lot of people do that. I definitely do that sometimes. I do that a lot, actually. I mean, even it's funny because people will ask, you know, the classic "How you doing today?" sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And usually you kind of make small talk out of it, and I feel like that's the appropriate way to go about that question most of the time.
Yeah.
But sometimes they'll ask you how you're doing, and especially whenever I don't feel happy necessarily about where I'm at, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes like the thing that actually goes through my mind is like, how you doing? You know, like literally it will go through my mind sometimes, like, oh, just the same loser that I've been for the last years now, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that line of thinking, I feel like I use that because I want to avoid complacency, and I want to be better, and I don't want to perceive myself as being better than I am, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's like somewhat counterproductive. Actually, I would say almost entirely counterproductive whenever you just like say or think like, and this is like an internal monologue type thing where you say like, oh, I'm just like a loser right now. You know, I don't, I'm like that feeling of worthlessness, you know?
Yeah.
Because even if that's true, which for me, it genuinely feels true sometimes, just because I don't have a great financial situation right now. I don't have a significant other yet. I don't have I still live with my dad. The list goes on and on, dude. You know what I mean? Like all the things that are just not great about me, right? But to think about yourself only in those terms doesn't help you grow necessarily.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand why they would include something like that in the book. And that's something I definitely need to work on myself as well, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you're alone in that situation either. I would say most people either refuse to ever think about those type of things because it's just too painful, you know what I mean? Or they'll think about those things and just let it throw them off completely, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where I'm at. Like I do think about it here and there, but it's usually like I'll think about it, but it throws me off bad, you know what I mean? Because it's not fun to like contemplate all the things that you're doing wrong, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that chapter isn't necessarily about ignoring the negative aspects of yourself, but also like putting them into perspective, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of interesting too, because it's like every different aspect of life is so different, you know, like we think about it so differently. Like when you go to the gym for the first time, like you're obviously not going to be brutally strong in your very first time to the gym ever. Yeah. You want to throw out like another 20 minutes or something like that?
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be very strong in your first time you ever go to the gym, right?
Yep.
But I feel like it'd be a mistake to think to yourself, oh, I'm just like weak. You know what I mean? Like, because of course in that moment, at that time, you are weak in the sense that you never practiced the gym, you never gained strength. Mm-hmm. But there's still the potential within you to eventually become stronger via repetition and consistent effort in the gym. And it's like that concept to me comes easily when it comes to sports and things like that. Like, I went to Topgolf for the first time
nice.
Like a few months ago, and then I went for the second time here again recently. And it's like, I'm not good at it by any means, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I don't like, whenever I mess up a shot or whatever when I'm doing the Topgolf, I don't think to myself like, oh, you suck, you're a worthless golfer, like you're a loser golfer, you know? And it's funny because like I don't think about that because I know like as long as my motor cortex gets used to like this movement pattern, eventually like I'll learn and get better and better each time that I practice it.
Yeah.
But in other areas of life, it's like much more difficult for me to do that with. Like with relationships, with money, especially. It's like, even with the YouTube channel, actually, like there's sometimes I'll be posting a video and I'll be thinking to myself like, man, this sucks. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's nowhere near the quality that some of these other people are putting out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's very tough not to just be like, oh, like, you know, you're a worthless YouTuber or something like that, you know? like, so like, do you have like a similar thing? Is like there aspects of life where you aren't that hard on yourself, and you're more realistic with yourself and more progress oriented, and then other areas of life where you're kind of detrimental to yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would agree on that. I think fitness or sports is like, for me, I can see, okay, I might suck right now, but the progress, like I can see progress, or I can build a structure that can get me to the progress to where I want to go. So that for a form of aspect, like I do see myself on that I can be better regardless if I suck right now. I know there's potential in me getting better if I just keep on doing the boring stuff, the fundamentals of like, if I can master these, then I inevitably going to get better. But the form of like either my career or like money, of like, I'm not the best situation right now with those, but regardless of that, I do downplay myself a lot of like, damn, if I'm not getting anything, if I'm not doing it for myself career wise or money wise, then I'm like such a loser. Like, what the fuck are you doing with yourself? Like, obviously you're doing something wrong. Like, you have to change something. And like those, like how you said, I think you said that pretty perfectly, of like seeing those, there's certain aspects of your life that you see that you can progress regardless if you start sucking, and there's other aspects of like, you're not where you want to be, but you downplay yourself more a bit because you want to be somewhere else, and you're not where you're supposed to be regardless of like of your certain age, or you've been doing this for so long. Like, obviously this isn't like defined you. So I like how you put it in a way of like certain perspective of your life that you do see progressive, but in other areas you kind of downplay yourself, because I feel like I do that same thing.
And sometimes it leads me almost to wanting to give up, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Especially when it comes to like relationships. Like, I haven't been in many of them, you know what I mean? And like, there's sometimes that I'll just like see somebody that I think is attractive, or see somebody that I think is cool, and then I'll just be like, well, I'm not like at that point yet in my life where I could even like get into a relationship with this person, so I'm not even gonna try to talk to them, sort of thing, you know. Mm-hmm. Same thing with money in a way too, where it's like I'll be thinking to myself like, here's a business opportunity, but like I'm not gonna take it because I feel like I'm just not ready to do that yet, or something like that. Or
yeah.
And it's like strange how, yeah, those areas, it's like it makes you give up, and it's like very counterproductive. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But then the other areas, like we're talking about, like I think we're kind of both in the same boat when it comes to the sports and physical things. You know?
Yeah.
Because it feels like okay, I suck really bad at this golf thing right now, but just with some practice like that, I could probably get decent at it. So like,
yeah,
what's the point in not trying it, sort of thing? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird how sometimes your brain will go, what's the point in not trying this? Because all I could do is get better. But then other things is like, I'm so bad at this that like,
yeah,
I won't even try it because I'll never get better.
Yeah, you'll never get better. Exactly.
And I wonder, like, I'm guessing everybody has, that's probably a very human thing where like, I feel like a lot of people probably think that way. But I wonder what makes like certain people have a proclivity to, you know, think that way about this thing, but then think the opposite about this other thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So why can't it be the same? Or why can't you like have that same optimism or same mentality on like what you want to be in this certain situation or in this certain subject? But it's different on this side. So I definitely get it. And like your point on like relationships, I don't think like I think you're a really good person, to be honest, on like how you bring with your YouTube channel and how you like impact others. Because 10 years down the road, nobody's gonna say, "Oh, how many bitches you fuck." Everybody's gonna say, "How many lives do you?" Because you can tell a statue of a man not by how many material this is, how many women he has, but how much lives he positively impact. Keyword positivity. because I feel like you impact a lot of people with this channel, with like the gym, or just by talking about other people, that you impact a lot of people than you think. So I give you a lot of credit to that, and I think you are going to get your person. So it's always when you least expect it, because you're not going to go out finding love. Love is going to find you.
I appreciate that, dude, a lot. I hope that's the case. There's that self-sabotage aspect too, where even when I hear you say something like that, there's like the little voice back there that's kind of like a little demon voice. It's just like, don't listen to him.
The Kermit Palpatine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Palpatine voice. Yeah. But I really do appreciate that, and I hope that's the case. And I can say the same right back at you, man. That's probably why we're such good friends. You know, that's probably why we've been friends. We've been best friends for like 10 years now, or something like that. So.
10 years.
So for number 3, with the creating your own meaning, and you mentioned Icarus. Can you summarize? It doesn't even have to be a short summary, but let's like talk about Icarus and what's that story like in mythology?
Yeah. So I also got it tattooed on me. So his story on Greek mythology is, so it's him and his dad that were trapped or in captivity on an island. And his dad was a very good blacksmith, or like a blacksmith maker. And to escape this captivity, he told Icarus that he was going to make wings out of wax and feathers, and tell him to escape the island. But he told him that if he flew too high, if he flew too high to the sun, the wax would melt and he would fall. If he flew too low, then the sea would swallow him. Just to fly right in the middle, right where he's comfortable. And the things that the reason why I relate to that certain part right now too is because I feel like we both flew within the middle of that aspect, being just comfortable, not going too high, not going down low, just flying just high enough to where you feel like you're doing enough for yourself. And when Icarus started flying, he wanted more. He wanted more out of it. He wanted to know more what it's like to fly. So he started soaring higher and higher as he got closer to the sun. But as he knew, the wax started melting and he fell. But here's what they don't tell you about that, is that he laughed while he was flying. To fall, to know that he once lived. So he soared higher and higher. When he fell, the reason why he started laughing is because he knew he reached to the point of living. It wasn't a point of staying close enough in the middle and just being comfortable. He wanted to know what it is to fly, so that's why he soared higher and higher, and that's why I commend that story so much to me and to you, because I want you to go as high as you can, spread your wings as high as you can as well, regardless if you're going to fail, because I think it's not the point of ignoring failure, it's the point of like facing it head on and knowing that you did that, but knowing that you lived because you were trying to achieve it. So as he was falling, he laughed because he knew he once lived, and that's the whole point of it, is because he wanted to know what it to feel like to live, and he found meaning in it, of flying higher and higher, and he found beauty in the suffering as well. So as much as I take from that story is laugh loudly, love more genuinely, and just be your authentic self. Because I want both of us to fly, and like how we flew was living. And regardless if we fall, regardless if we don't achieve the type of goals that we want, there is going to be hardship, but there also is going to be resilience and other aspects that you gain from that experience. So that's what I'm trying to do as well. I'm trying to soar as high as I can, regardless if I fall. I'm still gonna laugh on my way down, because there's beauty in the triumph of trying to achieve what you've been wanting this whole time. And I really like that, because it brings a lot of inspiration to me to achieve my goals. Okay, what do I want for myself? And that was the whole point of Icarus. You know, he fell, but he lived as he was fallen, and that to him was everything in the world, regardless if he failed, regardless if he was falling down, regardless if he died, like that. And I've been striving to reach that certain point too, of living my full potential and find meaning of finding my son, finding my fall, or finding my goal that I want to achieve, and soar as high as I can from it. And that's one of my favorite stories from Greek mythology, and that's why I got it tattooed on me, because it resonates so much with me, and I want to have so much for myself and success for myself and for other people, and to be as genuine with other people too. Because there's so much, like I said, there's beauty in the suffering, but you find meaning on your own life. How are you going to find meaning on your own life is up to you. So that's just been an aspect of, I've been trying to live my own life like how I want, being as genuine as I can, being as authentic, and like bringing out my personality more, and helping other people. And what brings purpose to me is helping other people. I love to help out other people and like grow with my friends and family and build those relationships as well. So, and I also see a lot of potential with you as well with it, because I feel like you're just, with this channel, you're just as genuine. You know, I don't think you realize you brought a lot of people within this small little room, and like they've expressed so much vulnerability to you, and I think that speaks volumes, to be honest.
Thank you, man. So flying high, in your idea right now for yourself, like in terms of your own meaning, flying high would be like having as many and as, or maybe not as many, but as deep and meaningful connections with people as possible, sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, honestly. And why do you think that you lean towards like the connection with people a little bit more so than some sort of business endeavor, or like I know that you're definitely interested in financial freedom and things like that. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
But usually, and this is similar for me as well, so I think we can relate on this aspect, but like the financial freedom usually is a way of connecting with people. Like, for example, like you want to be able to eventually be able to support a significant other and support a family.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I haven't had this same level of conversation with that many people, to be honest with you, but I feel like some people don't think of the connection as the top of the priority list, you know? I feel like some people will think of something like whatever it is, there'll be something that's above the connections with people, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And is it just like, is connection with people, has that always been like your...
I think so. I think as a little kid, I've always been like, I've always valued connection a lot, and I've always wanted to help other people or be there for people that I usually never got growing up. Although I have like my brother and my sister and stuff, but like that to me has a lot of meaning of like emotional connection, or tying that with my career as well, of like helping other people with, regardless of how they're feeling. And I actually watched a TED Talk the other day, of how how to be a super communicator. The title was, which I recommend that video to everybody. And that video, it talked about how the surgeon was doing more surgeries on people that he would recommend it to them, but he said it wouldn't be optimal to do it. But the fact that he didn't have an emotional connection with them, like they had more problems than they did solutions from those surgeries. And yeah, we asked this philosopher from Harvard and how to up his communication skills with his patients. And one thing that he asked them a lot is that he didn't have any emotional connection to any of them, regardless if he had all the knowledge and recommended surgery and he's going to do it through this trial, we're going to do blood tests and all this, but it's not recommended. It's an optional, but it's not optimal for them to do. And he found that if he can upgrade his communication skills and connect more with the patients, then he would have a better result, and they would have better results as well. So he started off with this one patient of like him having I think an option of having surgery or not. And the one thing he asked him was like of what does this surgery mean to him? And he started talking about his family. He started talking about what people would think about him at work. He started talking about everything else but the treatment. And to him, it was so profound of like, he started thinking about others regardless of himself. And he started talking more about, there's also another topic in that video of three communication skills of, does the patient need to be heard? Does the patient be hugged? Or does the patient need to have a solution? And in that moment, he found out that patient just needed to be hugged and needed to be heard, and like to build that connection. And as he started having these more conversations with these patients, he found that less and less people would start taking more surgeries and not be as scared of taking these surgeries. And it really helped their optimal health of an alternative route rather than doing surgery right away and doing different type of treatment. And one question the speaker wanted to ask an experiment to everybody that everybody should do is like ask, when was the last time you cried in front of somebody? And he said, once you ask that question, that's going to open up a lot of windows of vulnerability, of getting to know everything about that person. Because nobody likes to be vulnerable. But if you can be vulnerable along with a certain outcome, for example, with his patients, he found that building emotional connection was his thing he was lacking a lot on. And for me, I've always wanted to be there for somebody that I never got in certain situations or in certain parts of my life, but I feel like it heals a part of me that I never got. And to me that brings me a lot of meaningful purpose in my life. And I want to tie that with connection with nutrition, and how can I help their better health, or how can I spread my word with helping other people regardless of myself. So I think that's why emotional connection is a big thing for me, because I think it's easier for me to do it with people. But like, to me, that like, I have no problem with like talking to people. Like, I'll talk to anybody and like ask them about their day, or whether it be small talk, but then it goes into like something more meaningful beyond it. And you really get to know a person when you ask like certain questions about them. And I think once you build that emotional connection and can find their why within their life, I think can tie within everything. Like, can tie within business, your career, or whatever purpose you want in life. I think for me, that's been a big aspect of my life of how can I help other people and how can I build other people's connection, and also help with like networking and stuff. It can go into like business, but I think that's the reason why I wanted to build emotional connection with other people, or build that aspect with other people, because it in a way it makes me feel better. It helps me, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely appreciate you as a friend throughout all this time, just because I do feel that connection with you in the sense that I can tell you about things that I can't really tell other people about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, you're pretty non-judgmental, I would say, in the sense that I can tell you, like, about those, like that voice we're talking about that will kind of say, like, you suck, you're a loser, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I can like share those thoughts with you, and you don't immediately, like, some people, there's usually two different reactions that you'll get whenever you share something that you're just really hate about yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And it seems like the one reaction is people will just be like, oh, like whatever kind of thing, and try to move on as fast as possible, sort of thing.
Yeah.
The other reaction is they'll just be like just completely deny it and be like no, like that's not true, like don't think about that kind of thing or whatever, and then still try to move on as fast as possible.
Yeah.
You don't really do that, and you kind of like more like you'll like acknowledge it and then like say in your honest words what you think about it, and then still kind of like let that like uncomfortableness unfold, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely appreciate that about you. And it's always been like that ever since we were even in high school and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, it always has.
There'd be something that was going on, like something that somebody said or something like that irked me or whatever the wrong way, that I probably would be like, maybe hold back on telling somebody else or whatever. But I was like, I can tell Rick about this, you know what I mean? And I definitely appreciate your friendship, bro. You're a hell of a guy, man. I wish we had more time today. We'll definitely run this back at some point.
For sure.
We also got finish the rest of that talk about the books as well whenever whenever we get the chance. For now, though, we're probably going to go experiment a little bit more with flavors on this ice cream. And then I think we both got a little bit of stuff to do for the rest of the day. But thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Atomic Talks. And Rick, do you have any social media that you'd like to shout out?
I do Rico Suave. Rico Suave 30. I don't have my socials activated right now, but I will soon on there.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how you can reach me, Rico Suave.
Is on Instagram?
Instagram. Yeah, Instagram, and then I think same on Snapchat. But Rico Suave.
Sweet. I'll throw his Instagram in the description below. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you.